we get it. Oh, George. You've been telling that same Bigfoot story before I was even old enough to fucking know of your station. But anyways, got things to do. Now, just thought I'd do a quick review of most of the quadcopters I received. This is all one bulk order, minus these JJRCs, the H22, which don't waste your money on, by the way. You might as well just buy this H8 3D. It'll last longer. It'll fly better on the batteries it's supplied with. But yeah, let's just start from the beginning, I suppose. With this guy. This is the yifei. I think that might be Greek yogurt, but the Phantom X-5.1. I don't want to waste time regurgitating a bunch of what are supposed to be facts that you've already read about them online. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not, but yeah, I don't know. But as far as comparing it to my SEMAs that I fly, I haven't really gotten a chance to yet since I've gotten all these guys because it's just been raining so much. But it's a fun flyer. It lasts a long time. About as long as the SEMAs. I'd like to when I get a chance to test it against the SEMAs with speed and range and flight time. But for how much I paid for it, I think I'd the price I paid for one of these, price I paid for one SEMA, could have got two of these. So what do we got next? The tarantula. Excuse me. Number X1505C. It's a fun little flyer. I like that I have the option to turn off the lights. I think I have that on there as well. And also, it's different. The way it maneuvers is really floaty, like a butterfly, I guess I can only figure out to describe it as. But as far as the flight time, I'm amazed how these two guys right here get the flight times they do off of the same battery. Actually, slightly longer flight times on the same battery that this guy gets. This is the Skyalien. He's a pretty fun little aggressive flyer. I like that headlight y'all put on there. It's been saying that since my first one. Just give me one headlight with the option to turn it off, which they don't. It has 3 speeds. And the third one is pretty aggressive. And in case you can't tell, I've been testing him hard. All these guys, except for these two, really. I haven't had a chance to really test these guys yet. It's been so windy and rainy. But this guy right here, I didn't expect him to be as fun and pretty as he really is. Whether or not, I like to see which one of these two, out of these two, which one's faster. I already know this one flies longer. Now the range, his range was pretty poor. I barely got to my second driveway down the second house down the street. And I started feeling it not respond to my commands, but I just really don't see how you guys can claim 100-meter range. I'll test it when I get a chance, but 100-meter range with this guy when he only takes 2 batteries? I don't know. But these prop guards are pretty good. the way you guys engineered this structure of this guy. He's sturdy, strong, fast, quick. He get it. If I ever lose this guy, and maybe him, I could see myself rebuying them. This guy, he's fun to fly, but they're only fun for so long, really. I'm looking more for a resale value at flea markets. And I guess I could, but it'll be few and far between on sales that I do make with them. With that tarantula. Maybe if you could bring the price point down a little bit more, but as far as personal collection, those two definitely. Oh, and this one is made by RC Leading, the Spacewalker 105. Whatever. It's just a badass little flyer. Oh, and these plastic caps on the bottom. There's 4 of them. They're the diffusers for your lighting. If they sell extras, probably want to buy you at least 4 of them to replace, because they will crack. And they're also your the guards to the bottom of your gears. So this guy, really fun. Now if you're new to RC, which I am, I am, I guess forever will be, but if you're like looking to make your first purchase, buy this one, the fayee FY801. Yeah, it has 3D flight, and now I should say 180 degree rollover or inverted flight. That 3D flight gets used a little too loosely, but there's tons of reasons why I recommend making this your first purchase. It is super sturdy. The prop guards are the same as these prop guards, but they took extra step further. You see how their prop guards also protect the bottom. This thing is sturdy. I just threw it in a huge rain puddle earlier today. Pulled the battery out, blew it off with the air compressor, and it's still rocking. And I've been bashing this guy, which you'll see in my stress tests with all these little guys. And another reason why I recommend him is because that remote right there that he comes with also binds with this little guy. It says YX Flyer, but it's a FY668A4. I think I got this for like $15, and it'll probably be the best $15 I'll ever spend. Honestly, he's my funnest flyer. I just keep flying them and practicing flips, waiting for the XK100 to come out. But in the meantime, I'll play with this guy. He doesn't have, inverted flight like that does, but I don't know. Still had the most fun flight time with this guy. Not flight time, but you'll see if you ever buy him. But I want to say when you bind that remote with him, it flies slightly better than the remote it came with. I haven't figured out if I'm just making that up in my head and want to believe that, but another thing about this remote, by the way, crap. Like the on-off switch doesn't do anything. As soon as you put batteries in, it's on. And I would like to believe that that's just a just a random, very small number of bad deliveries, but no, my friend. These guys right here, I bought 6 of these, which, that was a cheap lesson to learn, to never buy a bunch of drones at once, because they're gonna send you a lot of broken stuff. as well as not even sent. They still missed 5 drones off the order. I was supposed to get like 20 some. They only sent like 18. But I'm glad they didn't send them. I'd rather have that money back in my account, because these guys, I had to open up this transmitter right here and start messing with the power, as well as a second transmitter, and which leads me to believe I'm gonna have to test all these guys now, which I guess if you're trying to resell them you should. But these transmitters, when they do power on, do not fly it outside. Do not fly it outside. Not until you know these transmitters are not going to crap out on you and give you intermittent electricity to your transmitter, because it'll just take off on you for a long time too. So you will lose it if you fly it outside right away. Now these guys right here, this H22, man, when I first got it, had some fun with it. You can see, but that's just paint. It was a terrible paint job, by the way. It just flaked off with the slightest bit of moisture. But I probably got like 5, 7 flights out of it before it started denying me flights altogether. Like the same battery it comes with, maybe you'll get 2 minutes, and the battery's still good. I know it's still good, because I can put that battery in other flyers I got. I put it in him, and it flies way better. I know he's lighter, yeah, give him that, but dang, 2 minute, 2 minute. That's not even that great of a flyer upside down, honestly. He might be a little speedier than this guy, but this guy, he has 3 modes. He's a little slow on his turn, but that's why I say it's a great beginner quadcopter, because it should last you a lot longer. Do not fly out. Oh, by the way, terrible night flyer, this guy. The lights, terrible. But if you're a beginner flyer, you shouldn't be flying outside at night, especially when you only know how to rely on orientation by your lights, which, don't do that, by the way. Learn to distinguish your orientation without the lights. As long as you can see the craft moving left to right, you should figure out how to bring it back to you. Now let's see, what else? Oh yeah, so don't buy the H22, because the H8 3D is cheaper, at least when I bought it. If not the same flight board, because the controller with this one, same exact controller right here. And this one lasted me a long time. I mean, I don't have it anymore, but it lasted a long time. It was one of the first ones I bought for myself, actually. I bought it after I threw my Dromeda Verso up on top of someone's crazy, insane, steep roof house. I didn't even want to bother figuring out how to get that back and approach them to ask them for that, but these guys right here, I'm definitely gonna have to film next of me checking all the transmitters, all the batteries, making sure they all work. But after I got this guy working, he's a fun little flyer. He is. I think he flies better and longer than this guy, and well, only because he's half the price of him. But if you're not ready, he is speedy, man. He has that quick spin, like the H8s before the 3D, the H8 minis, their crazy spin. He has that too, but it's more manageable than the H8 mini. Not the 3D, but the one before the H8 3D. Now let's see what else. I guess that ends my quick recap on, you know, bunch of plastic stuff I bought from GearBest. They made it right in the end, I suppose. But there's a lot of wasted time, y'all. Come on, man. And then, oh, stop it. You're not ready for him.